Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your girl Tiffany, and today I'm back with another video. And today this video will be my pros and cons of being a CNA. So if you want to see this video, please keep watching. If you guys know me, then you will know that I am a CNA. I've been a CNA now for 3 years and counting. I am still a CNA, and recently, I suppose I didn't did this video, but recently I have been contemplating with like, should I stop being a CNA? Should I go do something else or what? So I am doing this video because I have made a decision that I will no longer be a CNA. I'm probably gonna get another a year or a couple months. I'll probably go PRN somewhere as being a CNA or do home health, and that's it. But recently I just decided that CNA is just no. And then the CC going around, and it's like, it's really putting me like in a state that I just don't like. September the 5th, 2017, I became a CNA. I have passed my classes. I have passed the boards and everything to be a CNA. And I became a CNA at the age of 23 years old. And I am now 26 and I am still a CNA. I worked in memory care, and that was my first CNA job, and I loved it. I was there every single day. I was even there on my off days. Like, it was the best. Like, I loved being a CNA, and I loved it. My residents, I loved it. My co-workers, like my nurses, like we became like a family. I still talk to some of them to this day, and it's just like we just became a family. I have worked in various places. I have worked in like a memory care psych unit, which that was my first job as a CNA, and I loved it. It did have its pros and cons also, but the pros was more than the cons, so I loved it. I worked in assisted living, I worked in a hospital, and I had pretty much did everything except for maybe like home health, which I'm trying to get into that now, and hospice. That's enough about me being a CNA. I will go in more details in another video about me being a CNA. So yeah, let's get into the pros and cons of being a CNA. Sweet Child's Grand Creations made this book, and it is like so gorgeous. Like, it's so gorgeous. I write in it all the time. So I wanted to start off this video on a positive note, so I'm going to do the pros first and then the cons second. The number one pro of being a CNA is you are helping people not only with their ADLs, and if you don't know what ADLs is activities of daily living, and that's just basically like going to the bathroom, wiping yourself, showering, bathing, stuff that you really can't do on your own. But if you can do it on your own, you need assistance because you're probably scared that you're gonna fall or, you know, something worse. So that's where the CNAs come in, and that's what we do. We also do vitals because the nurses don't want to do them, but some nurses would do them because I guess they don't trust our knowledge. They don't trust us. So I try to be truth on vitals because vitals are what it says. It's vitals. It's very important. So I try to be truth on the vitals. But most nurses like to take their own vitals, and I'm fine with that. It's quick and easy to get into. Also, CNA is not that much, but it varies in state to state compared to like dental assistant, medical assistant. Like, that's 1,000 and you know up. You have to do is pay, start classes, and then you take the exam, you get your license. The classes is not that long either. It's like a couple weeks, like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that. Some is 8, but that's still good. It's very fast. You have funny and nice residents. Like, I met some nice, funny residents. Like, it was a joy to come to work and see their faces and smile with them, kick it with them, laugh with them. Like, it was just a joy to me to see them. It didn't seem like work to me. It seemed like I'm going to my second family home and I'm about to, you know, chill and cool with them. 50 cents to $1 shift difference That really helps. Some people think that it don't help. It really do help. But some jobs don't have it. But the jobs that do, it helps. You'll learn new skills and knowledge, and you will also learn how to communicate. You'll lose weight maybe by running around, because you're running around, you're walking, literally sometimes you're running, literally. So you'll lose some weight maybe. It haven't worked for me, but it might work for you. You'll get used to your residents and your co-workers, like I said, like every day going to work, seeing their faces, and they just will start feeling like a family more than a job. It's jobs everywhere for a CNA. A CNA will never be out of a job. As long as you're certified in that state, you can go anywhere in that state. It is a stepping stone to get your foot in healthcare if you want to be a nurse, a doctor, physical therapist, assistant, etc. Me personally, when I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor. I used to always tell people I wanted to be a doctor or a nurse. And then as I grew up and I became a CNA, I saw what the nurses going through, and I was like, not for me. But I think I still can be the best nurse I can be because I was a CNA first. So I know, you know, what the CNAs go through. And I feel like when you're a CNA first and you're a nurse or you something else, you good, because you know the struggles is real being a CNA, you know it. But I just don't want to be a nurse. Like, I'm kind of really drained and tired of being in the healthcare field. So I'm like, it's just not for me no more. You get tuition reimbursement. Some jobs, some facilities do not do tuition and reimbursement, but if they do, that is good to pay you for your CNA class so you can get that money back and keep making money on their clock. Okay, so this is the cons. The cons is, this is like, oh, I'm sure this is everywhere. The companies and the managers, they admit residents for just the money. Just the money. Help they're gonna get. They don't care what assistance they're gonna get, how much assistance they need. They just want them to fill a room, fill a bed, and just bring money into, just bring money in their pockets. That's it, that's all. It be short staff all the time. Like every time you turn around, short staff, don't nobody want to come in, people calling off left and right. It's just a big turnover. There's no respect, they don't appreciate you. Too much work for one CNA. Burnout, if you don't know what burnout is, it's basically just tired. Basically, you're just tired of it. Overworked, it's hard work. Some people think it's just easy and we just sit down and wipe butts and stuff and just sit down and wipe butts. And no, we do more than that. We gotta do our work. We do housekeeping work, we do dietary work. We got 5-6 jobs at one time. So not only we got our job and we get fussed at because we slacking in our job because we doing everybody else's job. It's very stressful, like very. You'll gain weight by stress eating. That's what I do. That's why I haven't lost no weight. But I have lost a couple weight since I became a CNA. But I'm not much to say, ooh, yeah, you lost. Not much, because I'm eating constantly because I'm so stressed out. You are exposed to bodily fluids, diseases, and infections. Your health too. And it's not only your health that you have to worry about. You have to go home and worry about your family health. You don't want to bring nothing to them. Nothing. So it's just like you just trying to protect everything. You would get hit, bit, spit, slapped, and probably choked. Everything. You would get abused. Me being a CNA for 3 years, I have been everything except slapped and choked. But everything else I have been bit, I have been spit on, like right in my face. I even have got my wig took off and threw in the shower. So yeah, I have got verbal abuse and physical abuse. So you're gonna get all of that as being a CNA. Yeah, it's very low pay. Now, I'm not saying that we need to be paid $20 an hour. I'm not saying that, but at least 13 and up, please. long and odd hours. If you don't know, CNAs work usually from 8 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, and 16 hours. Me personally, I work 8 hours. I love 8 hours the best. And I work 12 hours. Sometimes I do 16, but 16s are very draining. Like, you be very delusional by the time you're done with a 16. But some people like 16s and 12s. I used to like 12s, but now I'm just like, look, give me an 8, let me go and go home. Because I can't. Falls. If you don't know what falls is, it's like when a resident just falls. And sometimes when they do fall, they don't hurt themselves. And that's the falls I like. But some falls, when they fall, they fall. And I don't really like those type of falls, because sometimes they end up passing away after that fall. Or they just go down after that fall. And I don't really like seeing that. I do anything, everything possible for them not to fall. If you tell me you got it, like if I come in and you walking and you're a little unsteady and you say, oh, I got it, I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna stay there until you get in that chair or that couch or that bed. I'm not going nowhere. You like this and talking about you got it? No, no, you don't got it. And I'm most definitely gonna report it to my nurse that you're unsteady. Okay. When your favorite resident passed away. Y'all, when my favorite resident passed away, I was like in the mindset like, I'm not doing this no more. I can't do this no more. I cannot go to work like nothing is, like it's all good. And I cannot clock in and think I'm gonna see him, and I'm not. Like, I just couldn't do, like, it was the worst. So horrible. And after that, it still didn't get no better. Like, I was still like, yo, I'm so sick of going through this. Like, oh my gosh. I have lazy and rude, bossy nurses. The lazy nurses don't answer no call lights. The rude nurses think you slow, think you dumb, think you don't know what you're talking about. They think they above you, you beneath them. And the bossy nurses telling you what to do all the time, want to know your every move, want to know if you're in the bathroom, what you in the bathroom doing, all up your butt, following you, making sure you're doing your job, which, boy, I've been in CNA for 3 years. I'm doing my job. Go along. You don't have to follow me, honey. You don't. Because best believe, when I'm sitting down and I stand up, I'm going to do my rounds. I'm going to do my job. You don't have to follow me. Period. You got lazy and rude CNAs too. One CNA that think they the boss. Honey, we do the same thing. How was you, my boss? It's a very sad, depressing, draining. It's just mess with your mental health, your physical, your emotional, your spiritual. It just takes a toll on your body. You got needy residents. If you don't know what a needy resident is, it's basically like a resident that's constantly on the call. Like, I call it call light junkies. And you will just walk out their room and then they call you again. And you be in there for like hours, 35 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour. Like, you be in there for a long time doing everything and it's still not enough. The mean residents that, you know, it's kind of hard to understand. You kind of understand why they're like that, because they don't want to be there like that. Like, they be depressed, they frustrated because they don't, some of them don't even know why they there and why they're not with their family. And I understand that, but it's like, I didn't do it. Don't be mad at me. Like, don't be mean to me because I didn't do it. I did not put you here. I didn't sign the papers and put you here. It's not my fault. But they don't really understand that. They just be like mad at the whole world. But sometimes they come around and they start seeing you. They have to get to know you a little more, and they start seeing you and they see that you was there to help and they start appreciating you. Then you have the family members that come in and they say, why my mama ain't got this? Why my mama ain't got that? Why ain't nobody washed her clothes? Why ain't nobody get her shower? Why ain't nobody this? Why ain't nobody did that? You have to deal with like the petty drama of the co-workers, like the staff and everything. And it's like, can we all just come in, do our job, and go home? I don't have time for all of that. You working from the time you clock in, from the time you clock out. At some facilities. Some facilities don't even have like any downtime. Like the only downtime is literally on your lunch break and when you go home. Like you be working from the time you step foot on the floor, from the time you go home. I was working at the hospital, like I was working non-stop. Like every time I sit down and try to chart, somebody will call and I would have to get back up and go answer that call. Like, so some facilities is no downtime. You don't have no downtime. Some facilities you do. I feel like every shift has downtime. So you all, that's it on my video. I hope you all like it. If you do, please like, comment, subscribe. And if you're a CNA or wanted to be a CNA, please leave the comments down below and let's talk about it. And I will see you in my next video. Peace. Mwah.